Morning. I'd like to take a moment to talk about the power of prayer, and what inspired me to talk about the power of prayer is that I pray each day, and I believe it's really helpful. It's really helpful. And lately, in the last few months, quite a few people who I have known have passed on into spirit, and then a few others that I know have become unwell. And then I have plenty of friends who are dealing with people close to them who are unwell. So prayer is something that we can all do. It's something that actually helps not only others, but it also helps ourselves. And doesn't cost anything. It's free. So, if people go, oh, but I can't afford to do this, or I can't afford to do that. Hey, prayer is something we can all do. The thing is that most people don't know how to pray. And I'm going to share with you how I pray, because I believe it's effective. I know it works, and well, yeah, it's very different to how I was taught in a traditional way of growing up. I went to Church of England type schools where you had to go to chapel and sing praise be songs and all of that malarkey. Well, hey, I don't believe that God is one big cloud daddy floating about in the sky. No, God is in all of us. We are all part of God. God is in everything. That's what I believe. And, we can all have our own beliefs. That's fine. But it doesn't take away the fact that prayer does not mean that you should be put in a state of fear. Because if you're in a state of fear before you pray, hey, you know what? Nothing is going to happen of a positive note. What you need to do is you need to get your feelings straight, and that's how you pray. If you want rain, for instance, you're not going to be like going, oh my God, it's so dry, it's so dry, it's so dry, because you're just going to be requesting more of the same dry weather. If you want rain, you have got to imagine the water droplets coming from the sky and trickling down your face, and the feeling of how it feels to be drenched and covered in rain. And maybe you might not be wanting to think about rain if you're in a cold country or in a country that rains a lot, but I'm sure that we can all relate to that feeling of when it's a warm day and then we feel the rain come out of the sky, and it's so beautiful and so uplifting. So to pray really means to feel whatever it is that you want to bring to you. To really feel it. So if you're praying for somebody else, you really want to see them in their best light. It helps to know people's names. It helps to send good intention, obviously, because intention is part of the prayer. Do not be hung up on what's wrong with them, because I know that some people, do that. I mean, I know through spiritualist church and all of that sort of thing that they often bring up, oh, and so-and-so's got this ailment and this, that and the other. Well, hey, you know what? That's just labelling them, and it's not helpful. So see them just in their best light. Know their name if you can. If not, just say a few details about them, because then you set a picture. And you also get a feeling, and you get a rapport going with them. And then, so let me just give you an example, okay? So my friend, her two parents are both unwell at the moment. And she's obviously quite worried about them. She has had a massive overhaul in her own diet. She has done so much work to change the way she lives. She's really rocking, in fact. She's really rocking. And I'm really proud of her progress and the progress of her boyfriend too. The two of them, they're like unstoppable, really, really cool, really good people. And so her parents are both unwell at the same time, both unwell. And how can I pray for her parents? Obviously she's praying for them and she's doing whatever she can to assist them and to help them and to encourage them to probably take up healthy practices, and I'm sure they're doing all of that. I'm sure they're doing all sorts of things. But to pray for these people, I think of their names, and I think of them together, and I think of them smiling. And yes, I do close my eyes because it helps me to draw that picture to me. And then I open my heart space if it's not already really, really open. So I'm really getting that warm feeling of love and that magnetic energy that you get from the heart. And I'm just sending them light and love. And I'm just seeing them in their best light, because I'm seeing them healthy. I'm seeing them already healed. I'm seeing them perfect. I'm not seeing them as anything other than that. I see them as being perfect, already healed, that they're happy, that they're healthy, that they're smiling, that they're enjoying life, that their body feels good. And that's how I pray for them. I have a list of different people that I have accumulated, and I pray for each of them. And yes, I still pray for the people that have passed on within a certain range of time, because sometimes it can take a bit of time to adjust from when we pass on into spirit to being sort of out of our bodies. Sometimes spirit can try to cling on to a body and the body's not of any use anymore. So for that reason, it's good to just pray for them, and you would pray in a slightly different way for people like that who have just passed on. So the other practice that I do is I do medicine Buddha practice with my boyfriend. We do that most days, and we pray for everyone that we can think of, or that's come into contact with us that we think, gosh, they could use some of our prayers. And we also pray obviously for the animals and for Mother Earth, because this planet really needs it. The more we put out these good intentions and these good vibrations, obviously it also comes back to us, but it's also helping to lift this planet and help to heal this planet. Healing the planet means healing everything, all the aspects upon it. And of course it starts from where we are, from us. So, you know, if you want to make a difference, you have to be the difference. If you want people to be well, or if you want to be well, you must wish others well, and you must pray for others to be well. And it helps us to really not be so selfish, because often we can get caught up with being selfish, looking out for ourselves, thinking about ourselves, just doing everything for ourselves. But when we realise that actually we can't do anything without the help of others, then it really changes our perspective and changes how we view the world and how we view others. So I think making prayer, daily prayer practice, is really important, and it doesn't matter what religion or any of that you believe in, because prayer is something that everyone can do. Prayer is something that probably atheists can do. I don't know. I don't really know too much about being an atheist. I mean, they say they don't believe in God, but you know, it depends how they see God. I mean, if they see God in the way that I was brought up to believe God, who God was in the Church of England schools, then hey, you know what, I don't believe that either. But I certainly do believe that there is a creator, and the universe is very, oh my gosh, so powerfully waiting to connect with us, because we are all attached, we are all part of this whole. And so this is why it's so important to get your thoughts and your feelings straight, because we are all powerful creators, and we can really, really we can really, really do some incredible things once we realise that. I think the main purpose of healing, and I know loads of people on the healing path and they're all doing different types of protocols, but I think that the main aspect of healing is learning to believe in whatever you decide, whichever path you decide. That's why you can't ever make anybody wrong or right, because we're all just expressions of God. We are all God creators, and therefore whatever we decide to create is just God expressing himself in a different way through us. And of course, you know, that's all fantastic, but we can create something really, really wonderful. We don't have to create things that are limiting. So you don't have to be rich to heal. You don't have to be anything other than just in alignment with being your true, powerful, wonderful self, which means to believe in yourself, to trust in yourself, to have loving thoughts, to send out love, to be heart-centered, to send out love and be loving, and to be kind and to be gentle, to have gentle thoughts, to have good things to say about others, to think kindly and to think good of others, to have a high vibrational diet, foods that nourish the soul, foods that uplift us and lighten our vibration, are foods that are generally vegan foods. Foods that are a high vibration are vegan foods. You can't get around that. Foods that are organic, high vibrational foods. Meat and dairy, it's very, very low vibration. It's a little bit higher, of course, if the food has been farmed organically and free range. Yes, the meat will certainly be of a high vibration then, because love has been put into the equation. But where love has been devoid, which is most farming practices, then that will be very damaging to the body. And when people wake up and realise this and take note, then there'll be some big changes here on this planet. So pray, and pray well for all those who you love, and even for those who you do not love, because in praying for others we help this planet, we help them, and we also help ourselves. So yeah, love and light. Thanks for watching.